It helps if you turn your headset on when you're. Can you guys hear me now? It turns out I did not have my headset on. Um, so let me make sure it's actually on now. It's echoey though. Of course it is. There we go. What about now? Yeah, I think it was pulling from both my webcam and my headset once I turned it on. So hopefully it's good now. All right. Awesome. Thank you all. Um, yeah, this is just something I'm randomly trying to see if anybody's interested in it. Um, so let's see. What do I want to do with Jeanette and Kayla? Last. Oh yeah, Sir Mister is bugging her as they climb down the mountain. You continue your climb down. Being careful after yesterday's rock slide. The wind picks up as you go. Give me an agility roll. Let's see. What is her agility? Of course, her agility's high. You need a 25 or higher to succeed. If I can spell. The higher the roll, the better the result. I always end up typing that in because I want people to constantly remember that the point of my game is to roll as high as possible and hope to the dice gods. Yep, yeah, I'm gonna be on your game here shortly. Um, dude, I love that video this morning. It made me had to do a video response. I was so excited. All right, so Shades of Grey are two. Oh, let me shut this door quick. These are two gray Force users, both having been Jedi first, becoming Sith, and then deciding to just like give themselves to the Force. And they are on their way to investigate the docks to see about um, former Mandalorians who were Force users being abducted. To enter the dark region of Dome City, there are warehouses. I can see large docking areas for freighter ships. Droids are moving to and fro. I hate it when I do that. There's I swear I normally type better than this. There's a bustle of activity as vendors along the main drag, selling all kinds of consumables. You like to approach, searching for the missing force sensitive Mandalorians. Okay, a thief's best friend. Oh man, I love this game. So this thief is just like a low level, uh, common street thief. Think Aladdin from the beginning of Aladdin, right? And he came across this dagger that is sentient and has started influencing him to do things. And currently, he is chasing after a mob boss's latest competition. Ah, who is someone that anybody that watches my stuff might recognize as Morden. Thank you, Ro. Yes, I love this game. The player is a lot of fun too. He comes up with some really interesting things. Okay, so he is chasing after Morden. Morden just tried to use an ability to knock him away from him. Alright, so he succeeded on his agility roll, but he only rolled a 27, so he just barely succeeded. You grab a hold of the fleeing man's coat, slowing him down. Tries to bat your hand away. Golden ring, black stone set in its center. Roll opposed strength to see if you keep a hold of him. Alright, let's see how well Morden rolls here. Oh, Morden never rolls well. I swear to God. All iterations of Morden roll terrible. Oh, goodness. Oh, and I didn't tag him. Let me tag him to make sure that he sees that. Nice. Uniform grip on his coat. He is unable to pull away. Let's see. I think Morden might be pulling a dagger here soon, so we might have a knife fight between two people here in just a second. Okay, Ash hasn't returned to reply, so I'm just gonna tag her as we go. The Fae Fellows. Oh my goodness, Humble is killing it in this game. It is so crazy. Um, oh my god, okay. The Morden Morders duo is terrifying and I love them. Yeah, totally. What's my rolls for your game? My score is 20 and I roll a 20 exactly. Do I pass on the roll or fail it? Uh, if you roll exactly, you pass, right? But the thing is, it's gonna be just barely. So a lot of times what will happen is whatever you intend might not happen, right? Like you succeeded in whatever you were doing, but it most likely isn't going to be what you intended. So like as a great example in that, he just barely got it right. So he was trying to prevent the guy from running away. So he did get a hold on him, but he didn't prevent him from running away. Um, so if you were firing an arrow at someone with the intention of hurting them, and you rolled exactly what you needed to, you're just barely going to hurt them. If you're trying to run away and you roll exactly what you needed to run away, you're just not going to get as far as you could, right? So it's still a success. You did what you were doing, but it's just you're not going to get your full intention. Hey, babe. Yeah, no, I love answering questions. Um, okay, back to it. Let's see. All right, Humble killing it on his way to a Yonti temple. Um, as the group travels, they are somber and quiet. The forest comes alive with the various bird calls, insect noises, occasional gust of wind breaks through the heavy canopy. It's dark. The treetops coming together to block all but a few random rays of light. What's up? I mean, it's possible. The snow's really wet though, because it's kind of warm. So I don't know how well it will work, but we might be able to. We could at least try. Yeah. No, we could at least try. How? Oh. Hey everybody, this is our kitty. This is my partner. I think I only have one viewer, so. Okay. Uh-oh. I think Josh just mentioned me. Oh, it's the tournament game. Oh, yeah. This is what I both love and hate about the tournament games, right? Like, oh, it's so exciting. But then when I check in on it, it's just like, okay, it's time for your defensive action, and I'm like, no, what are you gonna do? You must tell me now. Oh man. Okay, I gotta get through all the other games before I come back to you, Joe. Give me a minute here. I'll wait for you random rays of light. As you travel, give me a wisdom roll as you attempt to perceive your surroundings. Oh, I cannot spell. Alright, what's left to the west? Here's another one where Morden and Mordris are together and causing chaos. Okay, so. Okay, go. Get out of here. Pax releases the man's arm and turns towards Jarl. Tell me where that woman went. Did she mention anything? I know she paid to stay, but I'm trying to sneak and tail her. No, she didn't hire a wagon. She already has a wagon, right? That's the thing. Yeah, Mordred's, and Ruse together will be fun, and it's going to happen. Okay, it's totally going to happen. It's just, leading up to it. Like, I mean, you're about to be in the Feywild, so that is where Morden currently is. So Morden and Mordred will be together in your game, but Ruse, of course, is on the material plane still. So, excuse me. That's what happens when you drink Dr. Pepper. No lad. She had her own wagon, her own driver, her own horses. All I know is that she paid up for the month, meals and everything. Okay, no, she didn't have a wagon. She had a carriage. A carriage is different than a wagon, Matt. Jeez. Carriage is pretty recognizable, though. While the town is growing. Uh-oh, I just got mentioned again. It's not too awful big. Okay, wait. Alright, so that's how Jarl responds, but first, the hedge wizard needs to get out of there. What was the hedge wizard's name? This is the problem with running 20 games. Skaith. I love that name. How could I not remember it? Okay, so did he say how he let him go? Pax releases the man's arm. Okay. Skaith bolts out the door. Not looking back. Wait, did I spell carriage wrong? There we go. Okay, what was my new mention? Oh, somebody in announcements. Um, how do I share my stream? Um, I know I should be able to do it. Ro, could you share my stream in the announcements channel? Um, that would be super awesome if you could do that. Can I watch my own stream? Because that'd be hilarious. Watch your stream while you're streaming. Share. Right. There you go. Thank you. God, isn't that picture of me just great? The black eyes. Okay. I drop my bow. I drop my knife, attempting to plunge it into the creature holding me. All right. Yeah. JD's getting hand to hand on some of y'all. Um, let's see. You're scrambling the bushes, it seems. Oh, I hate it when I go through and read one of my responses and there is typos in it. It always, I want to go through and correct all of it all the time. Um, yeah. Okay, so give me 3 rolls. How quickly slash easily draw your weapon. Other 2 for attacks. Okay, Moose King isn't even really playing. Oh man, Taste the Rainbows is so fun. This is my chaotic unicorn girl. Yeah, you can start a knife fight, Ro. Who are you starting a knife fight with? Uh, I would not start a knife fight with Mordris. Hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Um, I am always excited to get new follows. Okay, so my chaotic unicorn girl, um, not unicorn, unitar. Okay, unicorn centaur together and craziness. I can go and do some poses for attention. As I see the people in armor, I wave. Hello, shiny people. Are you here for the tour too? Oh my goodness. Okay. Um, let's see. How did I describe it? You see 2 individuals wearing armor and carrying shields and spears begin to head your way. One of them takes the lead and says to you in a very authoritative tone of voice. I don't. Authoritative. How do you say that word? I don't know. Okay. Miss. You are public disturbance. I must ask you to stop performing magic and harassing others. And harassing other persons and property in the middle of the street. If you do not desist, if you do not desist at once, I will be forced to place you under arrest in the name of the excuse me. So, well, I don't know if a Festival of Light or Taste the Rainbows is happening in the same timeline as um, a Fey Secret. Now, they're both in the city of Vostos, and they both are around the festival of the Dawnfather's Banquet. But is it that same year? I have not decided yet. I was actually tempted in a Festival of Light to have it be like years later and start talking about the legendary Leora and the like sacrifices and heroic deeds she made previously in the city. But then I didn't want to do that, and then it not turn out that way, which it could be an alternate universe, an alternate timeline, you know. So I'm not looking as much to tie all the games together as like Josh is, but I am having a lot of fun with the idea. I just don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still deciding. Um, oh my God, please. Okay, with your blessing, maybe that will be what happens. Um, but I'm not sure yet. And when it comes up, it'll come up. Okay, so she's gonna stab this guy. All right. Okay, so she says she would like to attack, grab his arm, and show him my shiny dagger until he gives me my money back. All right. Let's see. Um, what what all abilities does she have? Tailoring, knowledge of the stone, dwarven hardiness, natural sprinter. She's intuitive. Oh, and she has and my knife. You were proficient and experienced in the use of daggers, knives, and other short-bladed weapons. Skilled in close quarters combat as well as grappling when the opportunity presents itself. Okay, so yeah, she's going to grapple the guy as he mutters. He sees a flash of money as his hand comes away from your coin purse, and you realize this man is a pickpocket. And he must just got some of your hard-earned money. How did I describe him? Like, okay, I didn't really. All right. Okay, roll. Um, agility again as you attempt to grab him. Then roll. Let's see. Am I gonna make her do charm still? Yeah, I think so. Charm if you are attempting to intimidate him with your dagger, or if you want, roll agility again to stab him. Let's see if she stabs him or not. Attempt to catch and grab him. All right. Yeah, there's knife fights all over this morning. What is up? Um, Today's like knife fight day. Apparently, Leora is gonna get in a knife fight. Everybody else is doing it. Okay. All right. The hope of the UFP ambition. Oh yeah, so uh, he is about to be jumped, and it's cool that he caught on to that. Like, I think some people would have thought that maybe it was the machinery malfunctioning, and that's what stuck the piece of metal into the wall. But it was aimed. It was obviously aimed. Um, so it was some form of projectile weapon that happened. Um, so let's see here. Okay. All right. Roll charm if. Okay, actually, I kind of need clarification. Okay. What are your intentions? Want to intimidate whoever is nearby. Is just an attempt to protect yourself, or is that part of the intimidation? If I am reading this right, you are trying to intimidate and arm yourself. Give me a charm roll, a probably strength, wisdom roll to see if you spot any hidden entities, and a strength roll to wrench the pipe off the wall. There we go. If I write in Leora's sacrifice, you'll make it happen, huh? Oh, Bree. I love you, Bree. You are so much fun. Disappointed, wagging my finger just before snapping the middle finger and thumb of my right hand. The friction of my fingers teamed with ozone. I'm going to send tiniest spark to the foremost ball bearing, activating the electric ball bearing net. Oh man, I love this. Oh my god, I love that so much. Give me a intelligence roll to activate your magic. You need a 25 or higher to succeed. Roll better results, and the closer you will get to your intention. Unfortunately, Bree lives on the west coast, so she probably won't be able to answer for quite a while. She's probably not even awake. Okay. Oh, I'm getting mentioned again. Oh, nobody's in the welcome. Nobody. Okay. That is a full round. It took me almost an hour to do a full round of everybody. Back to behind the scenes. Oh, Deeker has not answered me. Everybody's favorite story, A Face Secret. Sighs and walks over to Mordred. You know, you don't need to have her like this. I'm not a child. I think I was going to skip out of tried by now. exaggerated. Oh man, I cannot spell. She makes an exaggerated, um, exaggerated gasp of affront. Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you think I am at all worried about you? Think much of yourself. Obviously. Seem to making sure destination. Merely smiling to show my encouragement. As you seek to distract yourself. Oh, Mordris is such a bitch. Oh my goodness, she is such a bitch. Oh, I love her though. Okay, let's see what I got going on TikTok for a moment. Is my stream set up to video capture or is it just... 216 views on my video this morning? That's not too bad.
Villagers and townsfolk fill the streets in preparation for the celebration of the Dawnfather's banquet.
It worked out so well.
As you enter town, more and more people are looking up to the sky. You begin to hear gasps and screams and see people point. You look up.
There was more comments on this than that.
You see what appears to be some sort of dimensional rift, a cloud of ink slowly descending from the sky. As it falls, a figure emerges, jet black and shiny, made of the ink itself, it seems.
Like me. Oh, it's so cool.
Roll for initiative.
Thank you. Please follow for more.
Okay. Alright. Dungeon Maestro, not there. Kira. Or is it Kyra? She said how to pronounce it the one time, and now I can't remember, and it makes me feel bad. She hasn't responded. Okay, Luxon has. All right, everybody. This has been a nice little thing, but Kyra. Okay, I thought I had it right. I am going to take a brief break here. I'm going to be gone for 5 minutes or so as I go and have a smoke and think about everybody's game that I'm going to come back to in just a moment. So um, I am going to go fool around on my other social medias for a second and have a smoke, and we'll be back soon. I need to set something up for the intermission. There. Just be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Oh, hey, Kyra? Okay. Um, yeah, I would just naturally say Kira, I think. I wouldn't be able to it. Hey, Trip Matt, thank you for coming and watching, man. I very much appreciate it. Um, this is the first of me doing this. I'm planning on getting an actual stream setup that's going to show this better and you know, uh, get some music that I can play for when I'm gone and that kind of stuff. I need to get better at this if I want to make a career out of TTRPGs. So this is just me, testing to see if people are even interested in seeing what goes on kind of behind the screen as I'm running through my games. Oh, Ro, let's see what you said. Uh, okay, Ro. So no, you cannot lie. And as far as you know, oh, thanks, man. I really, really, really appreciate that. Like that is, it's comments like that that really keep me going on this journey I've been on. I love doing this. I have so much fun with these games. Um, and I only wish that my work right now is really weird because we have slowed down. I actually end up having to do more work than I normally would, and it's getting to be a thing where on work days I pretty much can only respond twice to games, which I hate. It drives me nuts. I want to be able to respond as soon as people respond. But okay, Ro, I'm gonna break protocol a little bit and type into your chat. You cannot lie. You assume Mordris cannot either. Yeah, so that is something, and I mean anything that Mordris says, you have to read it closely, right? Um, so she didn't say she wasn't worried about you at all in that first line, right? She says, "Oh dear, do you think I am at all worried about you?" Right? So that was kind of questionable. And then she says, "You think much of yourself, obviously." So that means she obviously believes that, right? Um, and I am merely seeing to my crew and making sure we're on course to reach our destination. That is, in fact, what she is doing. I mean, she said that right out. And then she said, "I am not at all worried you will try to escape. Merely smiling to show my encouragement as you seek to distract yourself." Um, so yeah, she cannot lie. As far as you know, you do not know her full parentage, right? Part of the reason why Leora cannot lie is that she is both celestial and Fey. Um, yep. And that's the thing about Ruse too is they call her ruse, right? They call her a lie and a falsehood, but she can't actually lie. So and we've talked about this a bunch of times how important language is, and man, it becomes doubly important when you are a Fae or a Celestial who cannot lie. Like you can imply, right? You can put things as your opinion and make them seem as if you are stating them as fact, but you cannot yourself lie, and it makes it fun. I have had so much experience in this, and if you read the Wheel of Time, the Aes Sedai in Wheel of Time, they can't lie. It's part of the three oaths that they take, but they are able to bend truth and make you hear what you think they said was different than what they actually said. And it's always fascinated me to think of it in that light. All right, Kyra. Unfortunately, I think she kind of got the wrong impression here. Um, you will be meeting the captain shortly. He, of course, may assist in any way that you deem, but let me remind you that underwater travel is much different than interspace travel. As Dufrent speaks, walks towards the vessel. We'll have a crew of 22. Okay, not you will have a crew. There will be a crew. Yeah. There will be a crew of 22. Um, plus you and your crewmates. There is the captain. Two, not two, four pilots. For engineers. For the Amphitrite. For service personnel. Let's say for engineers and for okay, so that is 1, 5, 9, 13, well as 9 security and combat personnel. wait, but they need to have. Um, so let's make it 25. Well, there's 9 security and combat personnel. Uh, 3. Wait, no. 2 tech specialist familiar with the project. Expert in psionicist, as well as 9 security and combat personnel. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I think people don't believe me sometimes when I say that I just make all this stuff as I go, right? Like I have a basic. uh, hey, Kyra, I'm glad to see you there. But I was just talking about your game and how I have a basic idea for what I wanted the crew, but until this very moment, I did not think of how many people was going to be on the Amphitrite. Um, I had no idea, and until this morning when I first responded to your game, I didn't know what I was going to call it. Um, I totally knew that it was going to be based off of the vessel that they use in Atlantis. But yeah, even with all the build up for your game, um, I just uh, never, fully thought out how I was going to do it. And then as I'm typing it out, I'm like, wait a minute, there has to be some tech specialist that'll be with her, and there has to be at least one psionics expert, right? There had to be at least one person there. Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites too. And that I kind of combined the original ideas that we had for your game um, with that movie after I came up with the idea for the water world, right? So I was like, oh man, it's totally, Journey to Atlantis, but with a horror vibe once you finally get there. And I am sorry again that your game has been so much build up. So much build up. Like I really hope I can deliver the excitement now because your game is just we've been playing for a month and it's just been build up and build up and build up. So it's finally coming. You're finally gonna get um down and it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, now yours, I just got lost in the world building so much. Um, and there's a ton of stuff that I thought of that I haven't bothered to put in there because of what's going on. When you first arrived on the planet and it's all water and there was that one huge mountain, there are storms that constantly cover this planet, these huge, raging, crazy storms. And that's part of the reason why there is some landmass. Like people could live on the surface, but it's dangerous. It's too dangerous to live up on the surface, and it's not as cost effective. So they live way down deep under the water where the storms reach doesn't get to. And the reason that you enter this vast tunnel system through that mountain is because the mountain peak is high enough that it is above the storms. So it's always a clear port, no matter where the massive storms that rock this planet are at. Um, in case you were wondering, there's a cool little lore dump for you um, to why the world kind of is the way that it is. And thank you all for coming and joining in. This is actually a really cool idea. I think on my days off from now on, I might just, at least in the morning, while I'm going through and uh, doing my games, I might just stream this like I am now. So yeah, thank you, Matt. That is exactly what I'm going for, and that's what I've learned through 2 decades of DMing at this point. Is that like number one, you can't get disappointed that your players um, don't see everything that you come up with, right? As much as it would be awesome to just dump all of your world building notes on your player, it's just something that never happens, right? And another thing is to don't get tied up in your own story, right? It's a collaborative story. It's their story. You are just facilitating that. Yeah, see, exactly. It looks like all of us are kind of on that same board. Um, yeah, thank you, Matt. Again, like I'm getting ready to like start blushing here. I feel like Ro, or she's always like, "Stop complimenting me." Sorry, Ro. I don't mean to pick on you. Well, I do mean to pick on you a little, but okay. So, making monsters. Luxon goes through his gear checks, starts virtual shore as he wakes up. His dreams making him on edge. Yes, he's been haunted by dreams as he goes to the. So, is anybody reading this game, the Making Monsters games? Uh, um, why you bully me? Uh, Making Monsters. He is getting ready to go in to an ancient temple that might be the birthplace of the first Lich. Okay, and a vampire has taken up residence there, and he's going with Grishnak, who is a character of mine from a long time ago, and was my original character in the ONU tournament games that died. Um, yeah, I know, Kyra, it's rough. It's rough. But so as a synopsis, right? Um, he has Grishnak with him. He has Bartex with him, which is my first ever character that I made, who is a wizard. He has Morden and Mordris with him. And I hope I hope Darius isn't watching. Darius, if you're watching, I'm sorry that you're gonna find this out. I think not. I only have 3 people in here, but Morden and Mordris are totally gonna portray him, right? Like they're they are totally gonna portray him. So yeah, this Darius is a great player. He is not as descriptive as you three. He is a wonderful player, but he's in for it, and I'm wondering if he sees it coming. I kind of assume that he does, um, and he's just going along with it anyway, which is a sign of an excellent player as well, right? Like sometimes you see it coming. Rose, she totally saw that Gabriel in her game was gonna be an angel, right? Totally knew it was gonna happen. Still acted, in character, right? And I love that. Um, uh, Kyra, I don't know if you know this, but Morden is not a nice person, okay? And so that's why he was feeling you out before he brought that proposition to you to whether or not you would bring him back any stuff that you find that he doesn't know about. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, he in your world he's a salesman, right? And the reason he's such a good salesman. Yes, yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, and that's why he made the offer as high as he did, is because he felt out Beth first, right? Like he had to make sure that how he was going to approach Beth. You have an idea? Yeah, fill me in. Fill me in. Actually, if any of you three want to join in the voice chat on percent chance of failure and be part of the stream, I am fine with that. Um, as long as you guys realize I might be distracted while I'm actually answering games, right? I can't listen and answer games at the same time. I can't do it. But Ro, if you want to join in, I can go into voice chat in PCOF, and you could totally jump in if you want. This has been one of the things that I really love about Josh's games lately. Is he's been doing all of these Ask Me Anything streams, and I just love the idea of it. It's been a lot of fun, especially when we can get all of the DMs together at one time. Hey, Ro.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
I
so
had
just for me to ask, how would you like me to refer to you? I mean, is Ro good? I've never
Yeah.
asked your name, and I feel bad now.
No, yeah. My name is Ro, but like Romeo is like my handle everywhere. I don't have a preference. Like really, I don't care about what people call me all too much. I have friends who call me Ro, Romeo. I have friends who call me Kickstarter. Um, and then I have a couple of friends who like jokingly call me Steve. Like I respond to a myriad of different names. So
Steve, huh?
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
familiar with Flight of the Concords by any chance? They're a comedy folk band. Um,
Oh, yes, a little bit.
okay, yeah, they have a song called the hip hop hippopotamus, and in part of that, he's like, "What did Steve tell you that? Like, what kind of rap name is Steve?" And as soon as you said that, that's all I could think of. What kind of rap name is Steve?
But no, yeah, like I whatever you want to call me, as long as I know that you're referring to me, I'm cool with it.
Okay, okay. So yeah, you said you had an idea for the your game and the Festival of Lights game to be interconnected. What?
Yes. So if this is happening years after uh, a Fae secret, and
Hmm.
like Leora has been self-sacrificial, however you want to write that, I'll make it happen. Um,
Well, I don't
I'm
want to
t-
like
I, again, I'm
pigeonhole
here for
you.
the. It's not pigeonholing though, because it's like the way to get there is going to be interesting as hell.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, no, you let me know if I gotta sacrifice myself, I'll do it. Uh, but there might be ways around that as well. You know, the lore is that Leora sacrificed herself, but really she's like off living her best life with Matthias. You know,
Yeah.
like there are ways around it. Legend is a legend for a reason.
Hmm.
Um, but that, and then also like I feel like maybe Leora could be like have left things behind for like adventurers that I could like set up in my game for her to find in her game.
Ah. Yeah.
I feel like that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Ruse doesn't die.
Hmm.
Ruse could still be causing chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and what I was thinking is this book that she just recently purchased. that's some of the lore that she's gonna get from that, right? Is
Mhm.
like what happened years ago at the around the same time of year, right?
Mhm.
But one of the things that hasn't happened yet, but that may happen in your game, that's going to throw the timeline off a little bit, and I don't know if Leora will realize this or not, but the Feywild time goes differently in the
Oh
Feywild than
no!
it does in the material plane. Um, so while it might be a very short time that you're in the Feywild for you,
Oh no!
it could be a longer time outside of the
Oh no!
Feywild. And part of the reason that this is going to happen is to give Ruse time to, create the chaos that she
Totally
is
screw
meant to
everything
create.
over.
And another part of it is it makes the story a lot more fun. I mean, honestly, like, come on. So now
Hmm.
you're not gone for like a day or a week or something. You might be gone for months, right?
Right.
Um, and another thing that is very close to being revealed is you are going to go to Arctis Tor. You are going to go to the heart of the Winter Court and meet Queen Mab herself. Um, and the reason I'm telling you this is because it's very close to happening right now. So a bit of a lore dump. The Feywild is easily accessible. Okay, it's super easy to get there for the most part, right? But what's hard is getting to a specific place in the Feywild.
Hmm.
Okay, but the Feywild is tied to the material plane in various ways, and one of the ways is the Feywild is kind of a reflection of the real world, right? So
Hmm.
where Vostis is in the Feywild is the heart of the Summer Court. Um, so if you were to travel to the Feywild from Vostis, you just bam, you're in the heart of summer. Okay, um, but um, certain Fey creatures like the Lianan Sid, Queen Mab, Queen Titiana, those kind of people, they can travel wherever the fuck they want. You know, they're powerful as hell. But Mordris can't do that, right? She can open a hole to the Feywild, but it won't take her to where she wants to go. It will take her to wherever she's physically at is tied to.
Hmm.
So she doesn't want to show up in the heart of summer, right? Like that's not where she's going.
Right.
So that's why she had to get you on this boat and take you to a place that's tied to the heart of winter. And you are almost there. Um, so it is a deserted island out in the middle of nowhere. Um, but it's always cold there because of the weather pattern, and because it's always
Hmm.
cold there, it can take you to the heart of winter. Um, and
This is gonna be
that's where
freaking
you're going.
great.
Yep, yep. And I can't wait for you to meet Queen Mab because she is my favorite character from fiction. Um,
The thing though, that's not gonna go over well because Leora is Leora.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I fully expect it not to go over well. And but what this is, right? This is Leora's warrior arc, right? This is what's gonna forge her in the fucking fire. Um, and um, and I think that's what you need because there's like combat and chaos coming, right? Like Mordris has a big grand plan. Yeah. Uh, uh, I always want to say Kira instead of Kyra. Kyra. That's gonna bother me forever because I use characters named Kira all the time because of Death Note, right? But yeah, please join in if you want to.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, just bullshitting about lore that I don't get to talk about in my games as often as I want.
I know, I love it. It's so good. Lore. Mm. Yes.
You
Yeah,
can also, just so you know, Abstract, literally at any time, just DM me any lore that you want, and I'll be like,
yeah. Well,
Mood. I agree
uh,
completely.
that's part of the problem though too. Is I am so into these games now that like it feels disingenuous sometimes when I'm like sending stuff to certain people and not others, you know. So and
mm,
part of it too is just a time
Fair.
crunch, right? Like
right.
I with 20 games again, it makes it really difficult to go through all of them sometimes. Especially when they get to like a complicated point where, like I said, I'm doing all this off the seat of my pants, and normally I can come up with something almost right away. But sometimes I come to a game and I'm like, oh, shit. like, what do I do now? Um, yeah.
I have never once planned something for any of my games. I am always flying by the seat of my pants. It has been 2 years that I've been DMing now, and I always go in with like, I don't know, I feel like maybe they're gonna do this today. We'll see what happens.
my
uh,
my game notes are normally like, okay, the team, the group needs to do like X, like, like break somebody out of jail. Question mark? I don't know how they're gonna get there, but
I don't even take notes on my games. I am very much like Josh in that respect, where it's just like I can't forget anything about it. Um, and so it's just like
I run too
consistently.
many games. I need the notes, and especially since one of my games I've had multiple multiple groups play in that world. So like
Mhm.
I need notes.
mhm.
Yeah.
Especially when one of the groups is like 2 years in the future.
Oh man,
Mhm.
yeah. So
And
what one
so
group does it affect the other group 2 years later?
yeah,
Then? Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
That's so cool.
I
Um,
was in so much pain.
that's kind of what I'm thinking about happening with a Face Secret and a Festival of Light. Is that
Yes.
as one thing happens in one, it's gonna affect what happened, years later in the other one. Um, yeah. I so what I'll forget is names, right? And I'm bad with names naturally. And that's part of the reason why now in my games there's so many characters that I'm like reusing in different iterations. Because then I'm like, okay, I'm super familiar with this character. I know exactly what their motivations and goals are, and I'll always remember their name. So here you go.
I
Um,
could list out just off the top of my head all of the various different characters that I have used in like multiple iterations of, because one of the things that I have is like basically one gaming module that is essentially the gods of the world playing a game with the characters. It's different forms of reality, and they're aware of all of the forms of reality. They're also, which fun fact, I did this before I joined the Discord, so I didn't know that other people did this, but the gods are aware that they're in a game.
mhm.
Um, and so they take the game that I play with my players, and they're like, well, we're here. We might as well have some fun with it. Um, and so there are like slight variations in the characters that I use across that, but I could just like name them all off the top of my head right now. For whatever reason, D&D is, and like TTRPG is one of those things that just like all of it sticks in my brain.
Yeah. Yep. Now, I can always describe um, what the character was and what their motivation was and how they looked, right? But I'll forget their damn name. I do that all the time. Um, but yeah, I tell you what, I'm having so much fun in these games. Kyra, you're the psionics expert that's gonna be in your crew you're about to join is gonna be so cool. Oh man,
Oh yes.
I've had
I'm
an
excited.
idea for that character ever since your game started. And I'm like, all right, once
Ooh.
she gets to the facility, there's gonna be, and there he is, and it's gonna be great. Yeah, the things are about to happen. like almost as soon as you get to the facility, it's just gonna be like "Ah!" for the rest of your story. Like,
Horror RP time.
yeah, and I've been waiting for it for so long. And like I said, I kept feeling bad because I'm like, oh my god, her game has just been so much build up. Like, I don't think. Have you rolled? Have you rolled even
I
one
have
time?
rolled once. I rolled once, and it was when I tried the orichalcum for the first time, and that's the only, or like, it was right after I tried the orichalcum to see if I could use my ghost speech after that,
Yeah.
and so I failed it.
I
I rolled once, and it was a fail.
started thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I don't know if she's rolled. Like,
No.
but yeah, your game's been so just RP heavy, and like Beth hasn't been trying to like influence anybody else, right? So
Hmm.
I never wanted to make you like roll because I mean Beth's pretty straightforward, right? Or
Yeah.
Beth is just Beth. They
Yeah.
do you know they're honest, right? They're
They are.
yeah, like
They're very
transparent.
straightforward. Hmm.
Hmm. And
My characters are also very honest.
yeah, well, I kind of
'Cause-
forced your characters to be honest.
right? Leora is honest because that is who she is. So with her, it's not that hard. Ruth, on the other hand, if they could lie, there would not be a single word of truth that comes out of their mouth.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yep. Yeah, Ruse is so much fun, and I need to start making TikToks talking about your story, because I have never even heard of a TTRPG game where someone's playing two characters on opposing sides and purposefully fucking up their own storyline.
Look. I am that person. I love it. I love the fact that I get to fight against myself because it's so freaking fun. Like seriously one of my favorite things. I love it so much. And I cannot wait to get back to Ruse and just like start completely screwing everything and everyone over. It's gonna be amazing. Gosh,
Oh
I have
man.
so many plans for all of the things that I want to do. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna like, oh, I'm gonna ruin my freaking life.
Yep, and that's what. And you're right about to be there. My next run through is gonna be you arriving at this island, and oh hey, thanks for the follow.
You're
Um,
welcome. I didn't know I wasn't following you. Then I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to click that.
thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not much of a streamer, right? And I'm starting to now, just because it's a good way to generate, more people coming into the channel. And that's
Hmm.
really what I'm looking for. Um, well, maybe. So I am gonna tell you all. I am trying to get some of these games, not necessarily to a conclusion, but to the end of the particular arcs that they were on, by the end of this month. And I don't want to rush it, so if it doesn't naturally happen that way, then it's fine. But I am going to adjust my prices starting next month, where one-on-one games are gonna be more, just because it takes so much more effort for one-on-one games, right? And I am burying myself in games at this point. Um, and I love it, right? Don't get me wrong. I just on days that I work, I have to struggle so hard to even get to. Like I was super worried last night. It's like 11 o'clock, and I'm trying to finish up going through my games, and I kept falling asleep while I was typing. So when I woke up this morning, I had to go check and make sure everything that I wrote in actually made sense because I was literally falling asleep at the keyboard. Like, okay, I got 5 more games I gotta answer, and then then I'll go to bed. Um, but so yeah, at the end of this month, I am really gonna push for people to join group games, which will continue to be just $20 a month. but one-on-ones are going to go up to 30, maybe even $40 a month.
Okay.
And then I am going to start offering live games where at the beginning of the month I'm going to say, this day, and this day, and then these times.
You never got back to me about my live games for this month.
Yeah, I'm working on it. School
I
is coming to an end for the kiddos, and they have all of these, closer to the end of the year, like concerts and programs and all this stuff. And I'm trying to figure out my schedule where. Now, the good thing
yeah
about you, though, is you are available during the day. And that makes it
yeah.
easier for us to have live games with you. Um, so we probably
Um,
even, let's see, I work Monday and Tuesday next week, and I have Wednesday and Thursday off. So,
Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
yeah.
I should be able to do that. Yes. It depends. So here's the thing. I was really hoping that we could have done some this week and like at the beginning of next week, just because like from here on out, the month is really, really busy for me. I have the ONU Live in Georgia, and then
Mm,
also my brother's birthday.
okay.
Um, and then hopefully we'll be able to do the O team game, which I'm going to say this because I know for a fact that he's not here. I have not told Rubinsky about this yet. It is going to be a surprise for him. So,
That's
um,
awesome. Uh, yeah, that's awesome. He's
I'm so
so
excited
fun to
about
play with. Like, oh
that.
my god.
Yes, and he's just like an awesome person in general. Like he's
Yeah.
great.
He actually
Um,
DM'd me asking about continuing the game for another month and
hmm
asking if I would still be available. And I'm like, look, man, I'm sorry. I would love to play in games. I don't have time. Like, I don't have
Great.
the time for it. Like, I felt bad because while you guys were doing all those crazy events in the O team, I'm like looking at it and be like, oh man, that sounds great. And then having to go back and do work and check in on my games. Um,
hmm
so I can't put the amount of time into it that I would really like to.
Yeah. So I next week could possibly do Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not gonna do 2 days back to back anymore because live games a lot of the time give me migraines, and
Ah,
that second day was an absolute curse word. I'm not gonna curse too much on stream because I feel weird about it.
yeah,
But it was not fun to deal with.
yeah.
And then the day after both of those games, I was just like on the floor because I'm stupid. Um, which is going to make the ONU live event really interesting because I forgot that that happens to me, and that's going to be 5 days worth of games.
Goodness.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dying by the end of it, but I'm gonna pack a crap ton of pain meds.
Yeah. I was actually, really trying to push to be able to join in on that, but it wasn't gonna work out.
Mhm.
Like I do have that weekend off, and I could drive down there, no problem. But it's just me getting enough people to be interested in like me having people there and not just being part of Josh's thing.
Mhm.
I couldn't get it going. So,
That would have
but
been so fun.
yeah, well, and I might still talk to Josh about maybe just like being there. Like
Mhm.
maybe like one of the days. Like I mean, it's only for me, it's like a 5 hour drive. So I could drive down there, participate in like one of the events or something, and then come back. So I don't know. I'm gonna talk to him about it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you
Because
definitely should.
I would love to be able to meet everybody in person. That's definitely a big thing.
Yeah, I
Um,
would love to meet you in person. That's what I'm most excited about is like meeting everybody in person. Because I mean, I talk to all of you guys all of the time, but I have not like seen anyone really face to face. Like CJ and Arthur are going to be there. I have no clue what those dudes look like. We talk all the time. We've played in games together.
yeah.
I have no clue what they look like. I could pass them on the street on the daily and I would not know.
What I'll think would be crazy is if you put me and Josh in a room together, how anybody else would get a room in edgewise.
Oh
Like
yeah.
me and Josh like to talk. We both like to talk.
Yeah.
That's what I love Josh, but sometimes when I join his lives and stuff, it's like, dude, like take a breath in between words so I can interject something every once in a while.
The real scary thing would be if you and Josh were in the same room together and then I felt like actually talking. That would be dangerous. Because when I for the most part, like I'm not a very talkative person.
Hmm.
I more often than not will just sit in complete silence and let like whoever ramble on. But the moment I like get into a talking mood, it's done. Like you're
Same.
out of luck. You're not gonna have a word. Um, so that would be terrifying. It'll be great though. I'm so excited for it.
I'm a little bit jealous, but there is no way I could pull it off. So have
Yeah.
fun. I'm way too far away.
Mhm.
Georgia's not possible.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
are planning another event at the beginning of July that's going to be in Vegas. Um,
Oh my gosh, you have no idea how much I want to go to that.
yeah.
More
Um,
reasonable for me to get to, but also very unlikely. I think I'm house sitting that whole month.
oh,
Mhm.
okay. Uh, yeah, that I am very excited for, and that I'm definitely participating in. I'm just waiting on Josh to give me a date so I can actually like um, purchase my flight tickets and everything now. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be nuts. I've never been to Vegas, and my family's never been
I
to
used to live
Vegas.
in Vegas.
A buddy of mine that I work with grew up in Vegas, and he's just constantly talking to me about how he used to gather rattlesnakes when he was a child. And I'm like, dude, that
Yep.
sounds weird.
I lived there for like a very short amount of time. My dad, he is a real estate appraiser, and was opening a branch for the company that he worked with there when I was a kid. So I lived there for about like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Um, but it was interesting. It was fun. My one of my first memories is living in Vegas on the 4th of July. My parents set a bush on fire.
Oh.
It was fun.
Mhm.
Which, if you know anything about me, the fact that one of my first memories is that my parents set a bush on fire on the 4th of July makes a lot of sense.
You know what's funny is I think it's not one of my first memories, but there was definitely a Fourth of July where my dad put like a quarter stick of dynamite in a tree cutoff thing,
Mm-hmm.
tree stump. I'm very eloquent, guys.
Oh man, you should have heard me the other day. I have a lot of neurological issues, and some stuff happened, and I like was having trouble um, forming words. And but we were playing my main group's D&D game, um, and I was like, "It's in the whatchama thing of brew," and my DM just stared at me, and she's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah,
Like,
I plan on talking for a living,
oh,
so
I
uh, I,
mean,
the more you do it, the easier it becomes. That is totally a
yeah.
thing. I do that all the time though, where I have a ton of trivial knowledge, right? I know way too much about dumb shit, and I'll be
me
having a
about rats.
conversation. Yeah, I'll be having a conversation, and I'll go to, like, say some actor or actress's name, and I know their freaking name, right? I know it. At any other time, I'd be able to say it, no problem. And I'll sit there for like 5 minutes and go, and then name off every movie they've ever been in, and like, it drives me insane. Uh,
That's
one
fair.
one of the things I've been doing in the games a lot is I have to look up definitions for words to make sure that I'm using them in the proper context, right? Like,
Mhm.
I've been
Same.
I've been doing that a lot. I used the word sardonic for the first
Oh,
time the other day, and I'm like, that's not a word. Only people who read a lot are ever gonna use that word, right? Like, it's
hmm
in books. You never hear someone smiled sardonically in a conversation, right? Nobody's ever gonna say that.
yeah, I would, but that's because it's an inside joke amongst my friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there was this Super Purple prose story way the heck back when, and in like when I was in college, and sardonic was like used like 4 times in the story, and it was used incorrectly, and so like we would just pepper it into conversation in places it didn't belong, and it was amazing. Um,
That's
yeah,
hilarious. See, I am a very good speaker because, like, I did theater all throughout high school, was captain of the speech and debate team. So, like, talking is one of my specialties. Talking and rat facts are my two specialties.
love your
And
rat
that's it.
pack.
I, sometimes I think it's a little bit too much, but also I don't care because I feel like the entire world needs to know as much as I do about rats.
Yeah.
And that I agree. This is true. Um,
It's like Brendan Lee Mulligan about birds,
you know,
right? Like, oh, that was great.
especially since I want it to be my entire goal right now is to basically talk either with my hands or with my voice as a career. So
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you? Did you start your theater thing then?
I got the
Yay.
script. I have the script now. I did a read through of the script Wednesday night, and it's a cute play. I'm actually kind of excited.
What show
It's
is it?
Tinkerbell.
Ah.
Mm,
So it's the story of Peter Pan through Tinkerbell's eyes and why she was
Hmm.
so jealous of Wendy and stuff like that. So
mhm.
it's cute. It's definitely like a kids play,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
I was really hoping you were gonna say the Mikado. Are you familiar? Either of you familiar
Yes.
with that play by any chance? I love that. Love that play. That
I doubt
is,
high schoolers would do that one though.
yeah, this is true. I went and saw it when I was in high school. That's why I am as familiar with it as I am. But it wasn't a class thing. I just went and saw it because I'm a nerd.
Mm,
But that's where the Grand Poobah comes from, right? That's where the title
Hmm.
for the Game Master comes from, because he's Lord High everything else. Um,
mm-hmm.
and I always loved that. And so when I was trying to think, I was like, I don't like Game Master. That's too generic. I want it to be something specific for my game. Um, and I was like, Grand Poobah. Like, originally I thought the Adjudicator was what I was gonna call it, and then I'm like, no, I don't really like the sound of that, right? Like it's cool, um, but I hate people to have to say it all the time, right? Like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
adjudicator, like it's a difficult
Yeah.
word. Um, Man, all right, so I have an interesting situation in my game. He is going to search throughout the town that he's in for Mordred's carriage. Um, do I make him actually like role play that out, or should I just have him have a role and then see how well he does and then decide how quickly he finds her?
Is so is this RP an RP heavy RP or a mechanics heavy RP?
Well, that's the thing is it's been a pretty good mix of both. And I'm pretty sure that's what he said in the start that he wanted a good mix. Um,
So you could do like have him talk to a couple of people, roll like the equivalent of your gather info, and use that as a judgment call as to how many people he needs to talk to in order to find it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Because then you're getting a little bit of both.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. My first thought was maybe, and I think maybe that is what I'll do. I'm gonna have him roll like a luck check, kind of, right? Like just like,
Mm-hmm.
and then go from there, to whether, because like basically I'm trying to decide if he goes the right way at first or not, right? Like, did he start heading in the right direction from the beginning? Um, and that's how I'll decide how difficult or easy it is for him to find her. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. This is the first time I've had someone do a luck check so far in the game. When I play D&D, I have people do it all the fucking time. I'm like, all right, just roll a d20, and if it's above 10, it's good. If it's below 10, it's bad.
Yeah. I use similar mechanic quite often, so it's fun. Like my last game that I was running, I just asked one of my players to say a number one, 2, or 3, and that determined what random encounter out of 3 that I had come up with that they did, and that was fun.
That reminds me of in my games, the ways that I um name like inns and taverns and various buildings is I will ask my players like things like what's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? What is your like favorite childhood toy? And I've gotten some pretty fun things like the yellow leopard inn and like things like that.
That's
Um,
cool. I might use that.
I it's great because also then you never have to come up with like actual names for taverns, except for like there have been a select few. Um, there's one town in my campaign that is not safe for work, and so all of the inns and taverns in that town are um, like innuendos, and it's great. That one I did actually come up with names for. Um, but like other than that, I just am like favorite food, fruit, animal, and I'll just string those together in some way, and that'll be it.
I love it. I'm gonna steal it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's something I've had to answer on my TikTok so many times. People are like, oh my god, this is such a great idea. Can I steal this? It's like, dude, I literally made a video about it, right? Like, if I
I'm putting it out there
yeah, if
for
I
people
didn't
to use.
want you to steal it, I wouldn't make a video about it and put it up on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Just
oh
just
man,
put it in the just put it in like the tags. Free to use this idea.
yeah, yeah.
It's okay, guys.
Uh,
Like, of course I want you to steal it. That's like, please. That's what I want.
yeah. Yeah, the one I got that the most on was when I made Jareth a warlock patron.
Oh,
Now that is obviously by far my most popular video, um, and so many people were like, "Dude, can I steal this?" I'm like, "Yes, but you have to tell me what happens, right?" Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, actually, you know what, Tyra? I'm adding a caveat. You need to send me all of like the stupid names that
All
your
right. All
players
right.
come up with.
All right.
I'm
I will
giving
do
you
that.
the okay to DM me at any point these stupid names.
Fantastic. That the game that would be for that the only live game that I'm playing right now, running right now, is on Sundays, every other Sunday. It is on pause for the month of March because March hates me.
Oh yeah, I feel that right now.
There's so much on my plate this month. But it's fine. After this month, once I get into April, things will calm down at school and I will be more available.
Good. Yeah, this next month for me is either going to be um much more what the hell? Much more chill or much less chill. So we'll see.
What the hell? I was gonna invite Laura. Man, she told me how to pronounce it, and now I can't. But she's not coming up on my list of people to invite to the voice chat. Why can't I do that?
That's weird because all I had to do was just like click on it and I was in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and yeah, anybody that has my tag on the server should be able to. Oh, I guess maybe she didn't. It looks like she didn't accept my friend invite on Discord. Maybe that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's on my friends list. What the hell? Hmm.
No.
Oh, there she is. Hey. Yeah, partially I wanted you to be in the voice chat because I wanted to kind of explain what happened with that thing, and I had to do the big announcement on the Discord and how it wasn't really a big deal, but I loved your TikTok about it and it made me laugh. Oh, she's not saying anything.
Okay, I was like, am I just not hearing
Yeah, I was like,
her
something
talk?
wrong on my end? What's going on?
Hear me?
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you
Hi.
all.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you too.
How is your name said?
Laura.
Lara.
Laura.
Okay, I am Kyra.
No, oh, Kyra. Okay. I was saying that wrong in my head. Nice to meet you.
Everybody does.
I am Ro or Romeo or whatever you want to call me. We had this conversation a bit ago, Abstract and I did. I don't actually care what you call me as long as I know what you are calling me.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I'm gonna be referring to her as Steve from now on because that was
Okay.
one of the names she said in the list. So
That works. That works, man. It's mostly just so you know, my friends from like middle school that call me that because that's when that whole thing started. It was like way back in middle school. They were like, "Yep, you're Steve now," and I'm like, "That works."
that's great.
How long have you guys been here? Like, gaming here?
Like in the Discord,
Yeah.
2 months.
Oh, cool.
Early mid-February? I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I joined in January 4th, actually. Um, it's wild because had I not happened to be like having a bout of insomnia at that time, I probably would not be here. And I think about that frequently.
It's fate.
It was fate.
It really is. It's fate. I was meant to be here. I love it here though. It's great. It's a fantastic community, fantastic game masters. I mean, like I love it. I'm so happy that I'm here getting to play with Josh and Abstract. Again, it's really one of my favorite things. Probably one of the best things that has happened to me this year is coming on this Discord. I love it.
I joined January 29th. There we go. I looked it up.
There you go.
Yeah, and Laura and Kira, you guys both joined for my giveaways, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
You said
remind
Kyra's-
Josh of
You
that.
said Kyra's name wrong.
Oh, Kyra, I'm
Kyra.
sorry. I'm sorry. I, I watched
It's okay,
Death Note
Kyra. I
too
got
many
you.
times.
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kyra. I'm gonna get it right. So, yeah, one of the things I wanted to discuss really quickly, Laura, is that the whole thing that happened with your DM and how it wasn't a big deal, but we had to kind of make it a big deal just to make sure that it wasn't going to become a big deal. You see
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. And yeah, you saw you saw my TikTok. We're good. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Yes.
I saw that too. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. It was great. I just want to like say right now that right here, like you're 100% okay on my end. Again, like
Oh,
as I
good.
said, like
Yeah.
it is just I wanted to make sure that everyone was being safe about everything.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And it's all cool. Like there are people there are people in the comments like kids shouldn't be on anyway and blah blah blah. I'm like, I am in my 30s and anyone under 18 is a kid and like
Right.
I don't know. They're like
Yeah.
I don't know what they really think. They're thinking people from 13 to 18 are not kids. I'm like, no, no, you're kids.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. Like
Children.
I saw that comment on your video, and I was like, I mean, like that is still a child. They're like, but people under 13 aren't allowed on Discord. You're right. But a 13-year-old is still a child.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think we have a couple of kids on the Discord. I don't think any of them are like 13 years old, but still, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Well, and Josh has a special role
I'm
for.
21 and I'm very uncomfortable. Right. And I'm like very uncomfortable if I'm like talking to a kid, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yep. Well, and that's why a lot of the rooms are separated. Like we have the over 18 general chat for the ONU,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I actually got reprimanded my first day on the Discord too.
Oh.
Just so you know, the first video I posted because Josh found my TikTok and loved it, and I actually joined the server shoot almost a year ago, I think now, before it
Wow.
blew up like the way it did. But I was just not very active. And Josh was constantly trying to get me to join live games and with him when I was broke. I'm like, dude, I got no money, man, to be able to pay
Mm-hmm.
you to do these games. So the very first video I posted on here, I was smoking in the video. Um, and that's why Josh made the over 18 general chat. It's because he's like, dude, I can't have you smoking. This is an all ages Discord. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
My
Like
bad.
it makes total sense once
Right. Like those aren't
once you
things that
mess
you
up.
necessarily right. Those aren't necessarily things that like you think about on the daily, you know,
Right.
because like we are adults.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talk about drinking with my friends. That's just like a normal part of my life. But also like I don't want to chit chat about like my night out at the bar in front of children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
exactly. Yep. So I thought it was kind of funny from your story where I'm like, I messed up my first day on this Discord too, and I'm
That
actually
is
the
nice to
reason
know.
that an over 18 chat even exists. So that was my original contribution to this Discord. Um,
My
I
contribution
think
has
I'm
been almost
in the.
entirely rat facts.
It's true.
Yeah,
Um,
oh,
I don't
hey.
think I'm in the over 18 chat.
Oh, really?
you got
Oh,
to get added to it. I
yeah. I
wasn't
can.
in it for like
Wait.
about a month and a half.
All right, I can't hear anyone.
Uh oh. And she's gone. Oh, and she's back.
And he's back.
Hey, welcome back. Can you hear us now?
Oh, and now we can't hear her. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Um. Yeah, shoot. I need to ask her a question too. I guess I typed it out in chat anyway. She's brand new to playing TTRPGs. So
Oh,
when she rolled percentile dice, I'm kind of confused whether she got 100 or whether it was a 10. So I'm trying to
Um,
figure that out.
I'm back. I don't
There
know
you
what's
are.
up.
Hey,
question.
I wanted to ask you, Laura, real quick.
Hmm.
That when you rolled your dice, was it 10 on the thing or was it a double zero on your
No, it was a
percentile die?
10. It was a
Okay.
10.
Okay. All right. That's unfortunate. You would have been the third person
Oh.
to roll a 100 in my games. but instead it's a 10, and that's not as cool.
I was the first person to roll a 95.
You were.
Just saying.
Yep. Yeah, Deeker, when she rolled that 100 on running away, I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do with this. Like, 'cause the whole idea behind my game was that if you rolled a 95 to a 99, it's a crit. You get a new ability based on what you were rolling, right? And then 100 is like a mega crit. You get something really cool. And I'm like, man, what do I give somebody that rolls a 100 on running away? Like, this is it's a weird thing.
Okay, so if it's 3 zeros, that's a 100. Yes?
Yeah, if it's a double zero on your percentile one on the 10
Yep.
spot, and then a 0 on the other one, then it's a 100.
Okay.
That is why I just use Dino.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how do you do that?
It's
Flash, roll,
yeah.
and then it'll pop up.
Okay, and you just click whatever you're supposed to do in it.
Mhm. Yep. Or you could use Avray as well, and then that's exclamation point R space, and then whatever you want to roll. So like, if you roll a 100, it'd just be 1d100. Or if I'd say roll 3 times, you could put 3d100, and it'll roll 100 3 times.
Interesting.
Yeah, Avray's kind of cool. Dino is just random as hell. Like, there is no correlation in Dino's rolls. I swear.
Dino and I'm scared of it. Dino and Kara is a very interesting thing going on there. I love her fights with Dino. I just kind of the only thing that I use it for is D100 for your games and some of the roles that I make in Josh's games. Otherwise, I just like use other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Dino hates me in the tournament, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it loves me on attacks. When I attack, it's like, yeah, you do things. And then it's like, well, here, you have to defend or your character's going to die. And then, nope. Well, part of that is, and as much as I love Josh's system, it goes back and forth between whether you need a high roll or a low roll, right? And so then I think it confuses Dino. It's like, I don't know what you want from me.
That's it. That's what's going on. Is that Dino is not testy. It's just that it doesn't know what we want. It's getting different vibes at different times, and so it's like, look, man, there's only so much that I can do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, here you go. Yeah, the one time I needed to roll lower than a 90% to win that first tournament match, right? I rolled a 99. I needed to roll under 90. 99. And lost the first match in the tournament. I was very upset. Oh, goodness.
I've
Okay.
requested addition to the 18 plus channel, so there we go. I'm an adult. I want access to adult.
I want to go back
You
to
can
not
say
being an
all
adult.
of the.
I know. I was thinking
Oh
that.
my gosh,
Same.
yeah.
Yeah, adulting sucks.
It does. It does suck.
One of my favorite TikToks ever is the one guy that just sings the real simple songs. Man, uh, yeah. If you're over 18, responsibilities, I bet you fucking hate it too. Oh yeah, I really hate adulting. Yes, I fucking do.
Oh yeah, that
Yes,
guy.
that guy.
Oh man, it's so great. I wanted to make a
Alright, guys,
video using that as a
sorry,
sound, but
I gotta pop off. I got a meeting. But
okay.
It was nice chatting.
Nice to meet
Awesome.
you.
Yeah,
Nice to meet
to
you.
meet you guys. I will be around. We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
See ya.
She seems fun.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. And that's why I saw that she was on and interacting with the server, and I was like, hey, come jump in real quick. That way we can kind of have that conversation, right? And with you in person, that way I'm not like, because I explained to her what happened, right? And I'm like, no, the reason she messaged me is for your safety, right? Like if you message the wrong person and they were
Right.
upset about it, then it's a big deal.
Hmm.
Um, and that's why I
Yeah, because
felt.
I was not upset at all.
Mhm.
I was just like, I want to make sure that like she is able to follow the rules.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and that was the thing is I ended up like blowing it up and kind of making it a big deal, and I think that's why she was so like kind of embarrassed about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, I'm just making sure that this doesn't happen in the wrong way, right? Like yours was really innocuous and
Yeah.
it
Just
wasn't a
using you
big
as an
deal.
example. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Um, okay. That puts the stream at 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I think I'm gonna drop off and go eat lunch. And I'll start getting back to the games. But this has been awesome. And like I said, I think on weekdays when I have off, I'm just gonna start doing this in the morning. So like maybe from 10 to noon every day that I have off, and just you know people. Because I mean, people seem to enjoy it. Like, and
Yeah.
I love
Like
talking
it.
shop, right? Like, I love talking shop. So,
Me too. Me too. All right.
all right,
Have a
yeah.
lovely day.
Yeah, both of you too. Yeah, I got Chinese food waiting on me to reheat it, so now I'm super excited.
Mm.
Chinese food. I love that.
uh,
I went
all
to have
right.
Chinese food last night. We had spaghetti.
Wait, seriously? So,
Those
okay,
what?
I'm not making this up. My partner calls me while I'm eating reheated spaghetti and asks me if I'd ate yet. And I'm like, I'm eating right now. And she's like, oh, I just got Chinese food and I'm on the way home. So I too ate spaghetti last night instead of Chinese food.
I had
Oh my
pho,
gosh, that's crazy.
which I
That
suppose
is
is
that
also
is
a
like that's like the middle ground, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's not Chinese food and it's not spaghetti, but it's noodles.
Right. It's noodles and it's Asian.
Yeah.
hmm
So, and I mean, Asian cuisines are so entirely different from each other. Um, but it's kind of there-ish. We're gonna pretend like it is.
yeah,
Definitely.
it all
All
worked out.
right.
Yeah. Right.
All right, everybody. So my next day off. Now I have Saturday and Sunday off, but I can't stream on Saturdays and Sundays. I got to spend some time with my family when I have days off.
Yeah. 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 Valid.
So I'll still be hitting
Family,
up the
what?
games. Yeah, yeah, I know. Well, that's how they're feeling about me. My oldest daughter was giving me so much shit just the other day. She's like, Dad, all you ever do now is look at your phone. And I'm like, sweetie, I gotta grind it out right now so it'll be better later, okay? Like, just give Daddy some slack here.
Got a dough.
Yeah, yeah, it made me feel so bad.
Oh man, like honestly, I don't think anyone would be upset if you like took a few days off just to like be a person.
yeah,
And
yeah,
have a
no,
family.
yeah, and I get that, and like I said, tomorrow and Sunday, that's what it's gonna be, and because my kids, I get up at 6, 7 in the morning, even on my days off, and they won't get up until 10. So what I'll do is in the morning, I go through all the games, I do my stuff, and then I'll hit it again in the afternoon and at night when I go to bed. So then I have time to do it and still spend time with my children. But
Hmm.
the next day I'll be doing this will be Wednesday and Thursday next week. Now, one of those days I'm going to be doing a live game with you, Ro. So just let me know which day works better, right? And we'll go for
Yeah.
that. Um,
I can
and
only watch/participate on Thursday because I have classes on Wednesday.
okay, maybe that'll decide it. Maybe we have to do it Thursday now.
Well, I was gonna say that if my because my main group we play on Wednesdays or we play on Thursdays primarily. We've been doing Wednesdays recently, just because of some scheduling things. If it's on Wednesday, I will want to do it on Wednesday so that I'm not doing two games back to back. But if we're doing it on Thursday, absolutely we can do it on Thursday.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me know.
And
Awesome.
me.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah. Well, and I'll make sure I'm trying to. So like all of this is still new, right? It's me just constantly figuring things out. So I think this is a cool thing that I'll add to it, and maybe now I'll start scheduling it, right, where I'll announce it and have like maybe I'll even start another channel with like scheduled events, right?
Yeah.
Um,
That speaking of, I do want to talk to you at some point about like a regular live game schedule.
hmm
Because I have a regular live game schedule with Josh, and I want to have a regular live game schedule with you.
Okay.
Um, and then I have a couple of ideas about that, but I can just DM that to you.
Yeah, yeah, please do. Um, all right, so yeah, everybody, at least next Wednesday, which is the 15th, I'll be doing this again if anybody's interested. And the VOD for this will be up on Twitch and YouTube. So if you missed anything or if you want to see what more about what's going on, it'll be right there. So for now, I'm gonna head out. Thank you both for coming. Thank everybody for watching and the follows.
Yeah,
This was
blast.
awesome, and we'll be doing this again.